Today we're going to show you how to do a switch between the third person and the first person camera. So it looks something like this. We're in the third person template and I hit play and I'm in third person running around just fine. And then if I hit 1 on the keyboard, I switch to first person. And you can look down and see my hands and my body. And then if I hit 1, I go back to third person. So this has a lot of different applications and it doesn't take very long to do. But there's an update as of 5.2, I think, with the input action. So anyway, this should get you going. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we're back, and to get started on this, the first thing we want to do is, this is just the third person template. First thing we want to do is get our controls set up. So let's go into the third person player character here. Double click, and I'm just going to dock this up on top. And this is where basically all our work will be taking place. And of course, this is driving off of the enhanced input local player subsystem. I just like saying that. But what we got to do is get our input set up. So we'll come into input. We'll see input actions here. We're just going to right click and go to input and go input action. We'll call this IA switch for switching our cameras. And we don't need to do anything in here, but you'll see that it's set to a digital boolean as a value. It doesn't really affect what we're going to be doing. Then once that's set, we'll go back up in here, come in here, and we're going to add a mapping here. So we'll just click there, come here, and you'll see there's our switch. And then here we just drill down a little bit, and we're going to set it to our keyboard number 1. And you can just, mess around with it if you want it to be a different keyboard button or whatever. But that's basically all we got to do. Pretty simple. And I'm just going to come back into the third person now. And we're going to come up here up on the top, and I'm just going to right click and search for that input action. So we'll just do IA underscore, and it's this one, it's an event. So this is what, and we'll click here and you can see there's a lot of values. What we want is started. Started is the same as pressed. So we're just going to drag off of here and go flip flop node so we can toggle between our 2 cameras. But right now we just have 1 camera. So let's just compile and save that. And let's go into our viewport and add a camera. So we'll just go add, and we'll go ahead and add a cine camera right there. Double click it. So since there's only 2 cameras, we know that the cine camera is going to be our first person camera. It's right here, and all we have to do is just drag it up. And you can turn off snapping, might be helpful because it'll give you finer control. And you might have to adjust this a couple times. Sometimes you'll see the head there, but it should stay in place. It's almost parented to the BP, the whole thing, so it should just stay right there. And then there is one setting on here which is called use pawn control rotation, and we want that on. So we'll just do that. And then I think that's all we have to do, except make it, one more adjustment on here is the focal length. Is we probably want to make that a wider field of view, like 15 should do it. Let's compile and save that. And now let's just come over to our event graph. And this is just, we got a couple things to do here. So we're just gonna drag on our follow camera, and we're going to drag on our cine camera there. And if we pull off of our follow camera, we can go set active right there. And since it comes on by default, we want to turn it off, so we'll leave that unchecked. Then here I can just hit Control D to duplicate that. And we want to turn this camera on. So I got to actually put that at target there. And then there's one other control that we need, one other node. And it's called user control yaw. So let's see if we get off of here. User controller. I might have to unclick this. User controller. Whoops. Let me see. User controller. Yeah, not getting it from there. Maybe I can just right click then. Might have to right click to get it set. Maybe it's user controller. Yeah, let's see. Why am I not getting it? Not getting it there. This is how it goes sometimes. You got to pull off the right thing. Set user controller, yaw. Let's just look for yaw. Ah, right here. So I guess it's under pawn, variable pawns, and we want it set there, and we're going to turn that on. And then once we have this first line of logic set, we're just going to Control D the whole thing and copy it. Although this is getting a little messy here, so you just pull that out and select this. I don't want, well, like that. Sorry about that. And then the flip-flop node plugs in here, and we're just going to do the reverse. So this turns the camera off, this turns the camera on, that sets it here. We want to turn the follow camera on, this camera off, and take that off. And as far as I know, that should be everything. So take just a look at that. Oops, what happened? There we go. Like that. So that's everything there. Should be. So let's see if it works. Hit play. Running. And I'll press 1. Yeah, I look down. See where you can see my... If I look down, I see... It looks like I don't quite like my position there. So let me just adjust the camera a little bit then here. So let's, it looks like I'm too far back. So let me just pull out a little bit more and maybe pull down just a little bit. Like right about there. See what that looks like. I'll hit play. Hit 1. Maybe come down a hair. Like I said, you can just play around with this. You can get up in here a little closer. Such a weird camera. Seems like am I not? And I see that face. That's what I think we're seeing right there. So just pull out a little bit there. And then there we go. So we're running 1. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good. Yeah. And then 1 again puts me back. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care. Have a great day. And I will talk to you next time.